Hi and welcome to the channel. Today I will be showing you guys how to do an oil change on an XSR 900. Since I'm just on 15,000 kilometers, I will be just changing the oil, not changing the oil filter which is underneath there. According to the service manual, you just have to do that every 20,000 kilometers. So for me, just the oil change will do it. And I don't have an oil filter wrench, and I just don't want to put a hole in it with a screwdriver and just mess other things up while doing that. So I'll just do the oil change and take you guys along so you can see how it works. The oil change is basically done in a few simple steps. So what you have to do first is you go to the other side of the bike, and here you have the oil cap where you put in the oil. Let me just brighten it up for you. First we take off that one, and once we have that, we can then go ahead and undo the oil plug there. It's a silver plug there, and the oil will drain into this container. Before you open all those bolts, please make sure your bike run a few minutes so the oil is a bit warmer and it drains a bit easier. And after that, you can then go ahead. My bike is warm now, so I will just go along and show you guys how to do it. So first I'm going to remove this oil cap here, where you can then later on fill your oil in. Then take that and set it aside. So once we open up the oil cap on the other side, we can then go ahead and undo this bolt here. For that you're going to need a 17mm socket to do so. Underneath the bolt there is a kind of a gasket. It's a washer. Make sure not to lose that one. So I go ahead and undo this bolt. There we go. And just let that drain for a couple of minutes. In the meantime, you can inspect your bolt if you have any metal debris on it to see if it's all clean. Mine looks pretty good. Just clean it a bit. The washer is still on there, so no issues there. Just make sure that you leave it for a couple of minutes so you can drain all the oil in the engine. So once the oil is drained, what you will need to fill it up with is some kind of engine oil. I got myself a 1040 here. You can go fully synthetic or semi-synthetic. Just a 1040 will do it, and you're going to need 2.4 liters if you do not swap out the filter, the oil filter. If you do so, you're going to need 2.7, I think. After the oil is drained, so you see it's just dripping out a little bit there. what you can do is put back on the bolt, the draining bolt, and then you can start filling it up. So once it's drained and it's just dripping like this, you can then go ahead and put back in the screw. Once you put in back the screw, make sure you tighten it correctly. So the torque specs on this is 43 Newton meters. So you want to make sure that you tighten it with the right torque. There you hear the click. So that's enough. Also make sure that you clean up the mess around the bolt. There we go. So now let's head to the other side to fill in the oil. So as you might remember, we're going to need roughly 2.4 liters. And to fill it up, I have myself a funnel here. It makes things easier. So I will just put that in and open the oil. Let me just back up here a bit so you can see it. So then I'm just gonna start slowly pouring in the oil. This is going to take some while, so don't rush. So once you filled up the oil, you can check this small little window here. Just give me a second until it focuses. There you go. So once you filled up the oil, you can then check on this window if it's enough or not. And also be aware that you have to start your bike and then check again. So I just poured in roughly a bit more than 2 liters. I will just start the bike and see how it looks. For that, I'm going to take out the funnel and also close the oil cap there. So let's fire her up and see how it looks. So now you see the oil went down quite a bit, so I have to refill a bit more, just until I'm on the right level. You can repeat that and then I'll make your final adjustments once your bike is warm and you'll be set to go. So if you like this video, please leave me a thumbs up and drop your comments if you have any questions, and I'll see you on the next one. Ciao zusammen.